Good morning and welcome to the Finding Proof live show, and I'm coming to you live this morning from SeaWorld on the Gold Coast here in Australia. You can see a little bit behind me, a little bit of SeaWorld action. If you look really close, there's a shark right around there. There's a shark. Over here there's a giant octopus somewhere. Hey Kath, how are you? And today I wanted to, hi Kim. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about managing stress as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as a creative, whatever it is that you're doing, that you're trying to push yourself forward, trying to find all that evidence that you can do the things that you want to do and achieve the things that you want to achieve. Along the way, there's going to be bumps in the road and there's going to be stress. And as you know from following this show, there's been a very stressful patch of time in my business lately, which I've shared with you all by way of encouraging you all to know that yes, you will have times of stress, but yes, you will also come through those times of stress in your own businesses. So I have my two kids here with me today, and they are parked just over there at a little table eating ice cream. I think for my oldest son, that's actually his breakfast because he slept in. So why talk about stress when I'm here at the Gold Coast? It's simply because I'm here on holidays and you can hear all this noise around me. There's a lot of people here on holidays as well, having a great time here at SeaWorld. The thing that I want you to know is that when we stop being in the little treadmill that we're in our businesses or in our daily lives, and we are caught up in all of that stress, it can feel unending. And that's because we're trapped in a little mouse wheel, going round and round in circles. I think that the key for us is, and I talked about this, I recorded a podcast episode this morning, which will come onto the Finding Proof podcast soon. And the key really is recognizing when you're trapped in that little mouse wheel of stress and doing what you can to step off that wheel. So for me personally, an absolutely awful time, as you all know, until just the last couple of weeks I've started to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, last week I was in Sydney for a conference and managed to, liaise with a lot of professionals in my field and get some great feedback around some ideas that I have for my practice. And in doing that, I was able to come up with this idea of having a graduate program in my practice. And the feedback that I've had for that idea, it's very novel to have a formal graduate program within a private practice setting. We kind of associate graduate programs with large organisations, not smaller businesses like a private practice. So it's something fairly new, and I'll keep you posted about how that unfolds as time goes on. But the big thing was that in order for me to process in my own mind the reality that as a business owner, I will have the ups and downs of staff joining my team, being trained up, reaching a new level of their own success and moving on to the next step in their own careers, that I needed to formalize that. I needed to name that as an eventuality at the start of someone joining my practice. And identifying that they will reach a time when they're ready to move on, and they will reach a time when they've gotten what they need from me and they'll be ready for the next stage in their own careers. I'm just trying to get the lighting right here for you. There you go. So by doing that and identifying that as a graduate program, it makes pure sense then that when people start up, we start talking about what they might do next. And we have those conversations openly and professionally and collegially all the way through that program. My gosh, there's so much noise here. There's helicopters, there's people, there's stuff, there's a little train over there as well. So in doing that, in identifying that key stressor for me, that level of uncertainty, that level of, when is the shoe going to drop, the other shoe going to drop when people are talking about moving on, and being able to identify it, name it for what it is, which is a natural progression in each team member's career, and formalize that as part of my future planning for my business, my stress levels have just dropped incredibly. Now, I'm also on holidays, which does help, and there's something about spending time with my dad. He's a very salt of the earth character. He's riddled with the the infliction that is the dad joke. So, you think I might be a bit funny sometimes. You should see my dad, or at least you should see how funny my dad thinks he is. But when I'm with my dad, it's a very grounding experience because he's a very salt-of-the-earth fellow, not a lot of nonsense, not a lot of carry-on, not a lot of drama, just a very straightforward fellow who I just really enjoy spending time with. So I invariably find myself quietening down when I'm in his company and relaxing. So in these past few days, being able to recharge my batteries, it's reminded me just how important it is for all of us to take the time we need to refresh our batteries from time to time. Now, it doesn't have to be a holiday. It can also be are you taking a lunch break? Are you finishing your workday on time? Are you making sure you've got downtime within your day just to think? So I was listening. I've talked a lot about the things I've picked up from Kim Scott's book, Radical Candor. And one of the things she talks about is that leaders really do need to block into their diaries time for thinking. And some of the most successful leaders have what I call untouchable time booked into their diaries, 15 hours a week of thinking time, so that they can come up with the problem-solving solutions, the creative ideas, and all of that other juice that keeps a business afloat. So if you're not allowing time in your diary for thinking time, then that's your takeaway from today, is make sure that you slot some time into your diary for thinking and for allowing those creative juices to flow. That's how the graduate program came, was through allowing myself some time to process and some time to think. So look, I will be doing some more informal live footage, no doubt, from SeaWorld today. I'm sure there's lots of things that I'll be able to share with you while I'm here. Just trying to see. You see, this is where they do all the water skiing action, so you can see the jumps and things behind me. So it'll be a bit of fun. The sunglasses are a must because it's very bright. So look, don't think you need to have weekends away or weeks off or expensive holidays to get that downtime that you need. Slot something into your every single day to keep you rejuvenated and refreshed and energized. Allow that time for thinking. And then what you find, I know people often talk about, but I don't have time to do that, I'm too busy. You need to make the time, because otherwise you get sick and then you need to take a week off because you're unwell. And that's not fun. And that impacts your business much more than having regular thinking time in your day. So, do it. And make sure you have a great day today. Thanks for joining me live, Jen, Kath and Kim. And I will be talking to you throughout today, no doubt, but I'll also be in touch with you all again very, very soon. That's it from me today, short and sweet, while we're at the noisy SeaWorld on the Gold Coast. Take care for today. Bye-bye.